The energy was electric when Jason Momoa entered the set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Dressed in a rugged leather jacket and wearing his signature grin, the crowd erupted into applause. Momoa, known for his bold personality and roles in Aquaman and Game of Thrones, brought his usual charisma. Stephen welcomed him warmly, and at first it seemed like another classic late-night interview. They joked about movies, workouts, and stunts, but within minutes, what began as fun took a sharp turn. A single misstep in conversation sparked a moment that no one in the audience or online would forget. Stephen, trying to dig into Momoa's past activism, mentioned a protest Jason had led in Hawaii. "Do you ever feel like the tough guy image gets in the way of being taken seriously politically?" he asked. It seemed innocent, but the phrasing struck a nerve. Momoa paused, then gave a forced smile. "You mean, do I need to wear a suit to be heard?" The audience laughed nervously. Colbert, sensing the tension, tried to clarify, but Momoa continued. "It's 2025, Stephen. If someone's message bothers you more than their outfit, maybe you're not really listening." Colbert, not one to shy away from challenging dialogue, pushed further. "But don't you think the loud theatrics can overshadow the cause?" That did it. Jason leaned in, voice calm but sharp. "You know what overshadows the cause? Disrespect, disguised as discussion." The crowd got quiet. Momoa, usually playful, now looked visibly frustrated. "I don't come here to play mascot. I came to talk about something real." Colbert tried to de-escalate, but Jason had already started unhooking his mic. "I thought this was a conversation, not a condescension." Jason stood up. "I respect your platform, but not when it's used to belittle efforts that matter." Colbert sat frozen, unsure how to respond. "You're walking off?" he asked. "No," Jason said, turning toward the camera. "I'm stepping up." With that, he gave a nod to the audience and walked off stage. The silence in the room was deafening. Moments later, the show cut to commercial. In those few seconds, the internet caught fire. Clips surfaced almost instantly, and people all over the world began debating what they had just witnessed. By midnight, hashtags like "Momoa walks out" and "Respect the activist" were trending. Fans applauded Jason's bold stance, calling him a warrior with purpose. Others argued that late-night shows should be safe spaces for tough questions, but most agreed on one thing: Momoa didn't overreact. He stood his ground. Media outlets from Hollywood to Europe ran the story with headlines like "Aquaman dives out" and "Jason Momoa says no to talk show shade." What started as an awkward moment quickly became a cultural statement. Behind the scenes, producers reportedly tried to get Jason to return, but according to sources close to him, he refused. He's tired of being invited for who he is, only to be mocked for the same reason, one insider shared. Meanwhile, Colbert issued a brief comment. On the show the next night, "Things got a little heated last night," he said. "We wish Jason all the best." He didn't apologize, nor did he expand. That silence was noted by many. Comment sections lit up with disappointment from both camps. Momoa, on the other hand, made his response subtle but powerful. The next morning, he posted a photo of the Hawaiian mountains on Instagram, captioned simply, "Some voices only echo when you leave the room." No mention of Colbert, no hashtags, just a message that resonated with millions. The post was shared across platforms, earning millions of likes and sparking discussions about dignity, media respect, and the right to walk away. It became more than a moment. It became a message. Industry insiders praised Jason's composure. "He didn't yell, didn't swear, didn't storm out," one journalist wrote. "He showed that you don't have to lose your temper to make a point. You just have to know when to stop entertaining disrespect." Fans began sharing clips of other celebrities who'd drawn similar lines, from musicians to athletes, tying them to a broader cultural shift. The age of the unchallenged talk show was fading, and figures like Momoa were leading the transition, with principle, not provocation. As days passed, the buzz didn't fade. In fact, it grew stronger. Talk radio, YouTube channels, and panel shows dissected the clip, analyzing body language and tone. Meanwhile, fans were already creating merch with slogans like "Step Up, Walk Off," and "Don't Mistake Calm for Weak." In interviews following the incident, Jason kept it brief. "You know your truth," he said. "You don't have to defend it on every couch." That clarity, that unapologetic strength, only amplified his fan base and silenced critics expecting drama. In the end, Jason Momoa's walkout wasn't about ego or overreaction. It was about honoring one's own values in spaces that often prioritize entertainment over respect. He turned a potentially embarrassing situation into a defining moment of character. The camera may have cut away, but the impact stayed. And as fans replayed that moment, the glance, the words, the quiet walk off, it wasn't just a viral clip anymore. It was a lesson about boundaries, about pride, and about knowing exactly when to leave the room.